Hello, and welcome aboard. It's about time I bring you all a layout update, considering it's been far too long since my last update. Like what? A year and a half now? I know, unacceptable, right? So without further ado, let's go ahead and highball into none other than Layout Progress Update number 2. So since the last layout update, while there have been some additions to the layout, not much has really changed in the last year and a half. In fact, I've decided to put a stop to all work on this layout. Now, before you come at me with pitchforks and torches, hold your horses, cool your jets, notch down those prime movers, and shut off all HEP. There is some valid math behind my science, but first, let's talk about some of the very few but significant recent additions to the layout itself. First, we're going to talk about the new crossing signals, which I'm sure many of you have seen numerous times in my YouTube shorts. I love these things. Between the working gates, the working lights of course, and just the way these look and how durable they are. These are great. In addition to that, these are way more affordable than many out there that don't even compare to these. These are made by a small business out of China called WeHonest and are available on their eBay store. Now, if you do get these, I would highly recommend getting their provided components if you are not very good with electrical, especially considering these are made to handle lower voltage current generated in other parts of the world, as opposed to the higher voltage current flow generated in North America. If you have issues with any of their products, I've also discovered that this business is very good to work with to get things resolved. Highly recommend them. What inspired me to get these was actually a little catastrophe I had with my Walther's grade crossing signals. No, these were not destroyed by a CTA bus. That would have been hilarious, so if that were the case, though. But what happened one day is, I don't even remember what happened. All I remember is that the back of my hand accidentally hit the outer crossing signal, absolutely totaling it. I was not amused. So that's that. Now let's talk about the next thing. Now this next new addition to the layout, well, I guess the simplest way to put it, it's lit. What else can I say? This is lit using a plug-and-play LED starter set by a company called Diorama. This is awesome, and I want to get more equipment from them to expand my lighting system. I actually first discovered this product from a Model Railroad YouTube channel that I frequently watch, none other than the DIY and Digital Railroad on YouTube. Be sure to check him out. I love and have learned a lot from his videos, and I really enjoy his Coffee and Train series, especially considering that, well, I obviously love trains, but I also love coffee too. If I'm not spending my recreational money on trains, I'm always spending it in a coffee shop. Let's see, it has always been model trains. These past 6 years, handcrafted coffees have come into the budget. Sooner than later, it's probably going to be that beautiful Mexican, Japanese, or Filipino significant other, fiance, wife that I'm going to want to spoil. Oof, I'm going to need to make some cuts somewhere. Definitely not the trains. Definitely not the future woman I love. So it's probably going to have to be the coffee. I'm going to need to sharpen up on my barista skills. Okay, let's get back on track here. The next new addition to the layout is a steel mill blast furnace. No, this is not a kit nor a professional structure. This structure is built out of none other than garbage, broken parts, and random junk, all covered by a dense coat of black spray paint. I'm not going to lie. Considering this is literally a pile of trash, garbage, basura, rubbish, whatever you want to call it, I think it actually came out pretty decent. You may or may not agree, but I'm satisfied with it at least.
No dumpster diving was taking place in the process of this project. It is highly recommended not to go dumpster diving unless you are professional at it like Patrick Star is, but if you choose to do so, dive at your own risk, and know that I'm not responsible for injury, horrendous odor, a surprise trip to the dumps with you landing face first into a dirty diaper, nor your wife kicking you out of the house because you smell bad.
Now on to the last new addition I'm going to talk about today. The last thing I want to showcase today is more skyscrapers downtown since my last layout update, including the John Hancock and Standard Oil buildings, and more to come in the future. So that about wraps it up for the new additions to the layout. Now let's talk about what I have planned next for this layout. So remember earlier in this video when I said I was putting a stop to all work on this layout and asked you not to come at me with pitchforks and torches? Here's what's going on. It's not necessarily the end of the layout, as much as big changes are planned for the layout. Come spring of this year, I'm planning to start converting this layout from an impossible to move layout to an easily transportable T-Track modular layout. Basically, I want to build brand new modular benchwork for this layout and transfer everything over one section at a time. My reason for this is because when the time comes where we are able to do so, we will be moving again. While this next move may potentially be the last move for my parents as they soon want to settle down and retire, this will not be my last move because when the time comes where I'm lucky enough to find a wife/soulmate, I will be making a move of my own and really want to take my layout with. Let's be real here. I'm sick of tearing down layouts and starting over. Regarding my T-Track modular design, I have some design work to do before the physical work takes action. But this is a project I am very excited for. And yes, I will be continuing to use the Kato Unitrack as it has proven to be very successful for me. So that's going to be it for today's layout update, but before I go, I would like to apologize for my lack of activity posting videos and keeping you all updated on model railroad projects. I am currently at a point in my life where a lot is going on and even changing. Some changes for the better, and others I unfortunately can't quite say for the better. But one of those positive changes being that I am more than a year and a half into what is on track to be a very exciting and successful career for me. Like everything in life, it's had its challenges, but definitely been a very positive experience. That about wraps up this video. Please be safe and be kind to others. Do an act of kindness for somebody this week. Gracias por ver.